it's Jen for the Love of Iris. Thank you for joining me for another Countdown to Christmas video. Today's project is this one, and it is a box that holds a lip balm, completely inspired by Sam Hammond. I did a video, we have a little fruit flavored one in there, but I did a video several weeks ago that had the little Santa Claus in there, the wind-up toy, and people, said that it was inspired by Sam Hammond and the EOS Balm box, and I had some requests to do the original one, so I'm going to go ahead and do that today. And these are some little fruit flavored lip balms that I got from my local little box store. I don't know. This one is a lemon, they have a strawberry, and they have an apple. So I thought that the fruit stand designer series paper is just perfect for this. They've got lemons, they've got strawberries, they've got apples. It's just absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to go ahead and create this box for those of you who wanted to see it. So let me show you the pieces that you will need. You will need one 6x6 piece of cardstock. I'm using Wild Wasabi. 5 3/4 by 2, 4 by 4, and you will need some designer series paper, whatever you choose. Again, I'm using the fruit stand. So you will need 5 pieces of 1 7/8 by 1 7/8, and then 1 piece of 3/4 inches by around about 9.5. It doesn't have to be precise because this is what's going to wrap around. So however long you make it, it can overlap and it'll be fine. Obviously, you will need a lip balm, and I've cut 2 pieces of cardstock from, this one is the very smallest scallop circle from the Layering Circles framelits, and then this is just a 1-inch circle punch, and that's going to be for my to and from here to go on the box, so I can give it as a stocking stuffer or whatever. So let's get started. Let's take first our 6x6 inch piece of cardstock, and we are going to score this on all 4 sides at 2 inches. So just 2 inches on all 4 sides. Very, very easy. This is probably one of the easiest projects there is to make. Because it's just very simple. Measuring, very simple cutting, things like that. Okay, so your 4x4, we're going to score at 1 inch on all 4 sides. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to use the one on the right-hand side for me. If you have a scoring tool, you can use that. Whatever scoring device you use, ruler and a bone folder would work too. 1 inch on all 4 sides. Okay, and we'll set that aside. And then this is going to be our platform, and our platform is 5 3/4 by 2. We are going to score it at 3/4 of an inch. Oops, come on. Okay. 1 1/4. 3 1/4, and 3 3/4. Okay, and I didn't trim this down enough. This is supposed to be 5 3/4. Whoopsie. Okay, so you've got a piece that looks like that. All right, now with our bone folder, we are going to reinforce all of our score lines. And I'm doing the insert first. Doesn't really matter which one you do first. But the piece that is it's the one that's in the middle of the 2 little narrow score lines here, we're going to punch a hole out of it. And I don't remember what hole punch I used. I want to say it was this one. Let's see. Yeah, this is the 1.5 old whale tail Stampin' Up punch. I haven't replaced it because this one still works. So take your 1.5 inch circle punch and just punch a circle out of the middle of the square with the 2 lines, or the 2 score lines there. Okay, and that's going to be the place where your little lip balm is going to rest. That's very cute. I like it. Okay, so we've got that done. Now let's take, move this out of the way. Let's take our lid and reinforce our score lines there. And we are going to just cut up the rectangle and notch into the square. Same thing we do when we build all the boxes. Okay, you're creating little flaps right here. All right. I'm still waiting on somebody to build a song for this. Cut up the rectangle and into the square. Because we use it so often in our crafting lives. It's oopsie, hello. It's almost like a rule of thumb. Okay, so you are left with your regular box, right? Okay, set that aside. Now we are going to reinforce the score lines of our base. All 4. Okay, and on this one, we are going to cut up all of the score lines here from the base to the middle score line, and in effect, we're removing the outside 4 squares. Okay, but if you cut up all the score lines, these will fall away. So I'm just cutting and rotating, just one cut, and we're making another cross, I guess. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so we've got our cross there, we've got our lid, and we've got our insert. Now it's time to glue down. All right. Oh, let's round the corners here of our cross here. We want to round all 4 corners, or I'm sorry, 2 corners on all 4 of the pieces. Okay. And I'm using the Project Life Corner Rounder. I'm not using it well, but I am using it. Okay, now, this piece is actually done, in effect. All we're going to do is layer our designer series paper on it. This one, we need to add adhesive to this larger end flap here. Okay, so I'm using Fuse, possibly. Again, I'm not using it well, but I am using it. Just a little bit of adhesive. Wrap this around and line this up here on the end. And that's going to create our stand. And that's going to go in the center of our box. So we can go ahead and add Fuse to the center of our box. Or any strong adhesive you want. Tear and tape would work. Fuse, of course. Tombow would probably work. But I've got my... Look at that, and that's sweet. I can't wait to finish building it. It's going to be adorable. Remember that commercial? Totes adorbs. I laughed so hard when my mom started using that phrase. As a matter of fact, I think she might still use it. Mom, if you're watching this, you probably ought to stop. Okay, all I did was apply Fuse to the 4 tabs here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just going to fold and tuck. Now you want to, again, when you fold this, give just a skosh of room at the end. See how I have it not lined up perfectly? It's just a little bit of a difference. That's going to make your lid fit perfectly on your box. If you line it up flush, sometimes it's a bit too hard, too tight of a squeeze, and we don't want that. Okay, so now we are going to take our designer series paper. Out of the 5 of these, we're going to round 4 of them. Just 2 of the corners, though. And if your pattern paper is directional, make sure that you round the top 2 corners. So, like that. Okay? Alrighty. Now I'm going to round the corners with where my stems are facing up on these pieces. Just so that it's uniform. All right, there's that. And then this one we're going to leave intact. So now let's adhere our pattern paper down. Okay, we've got some snail there. A little bit of wapples. Love it. Here's some more. Whoopsie. just sticking this down. And it's just going to have the tiniest little bit of a border, maybe even just a 1/16 of an inch on all 4 sides. I like a small border. If you like a bigger border, cut your designer series paper a little bit smaller. But I'm a fan of a very small border. It's kind of true to the United States now, huh? This is a small border. Sorry. I'll be quiet. Okay. I'm gluing, and I'm gluing, and I'm gluing. All right. So there's our box. And we'll wrap our designer series paper on our lid first before we put our lid down. Just a little bit of adhesive on the very end, and then we'll apply a little bit more adhesive on the other end. And I'm just pinching and wrapping. That is it. It's no technical measurements, no scoring stuff, nothing fancy. Just wrap and stick. Sometimes that's the best way. And actually, I probably should have stuck this piece down first. Let's see if I can fix it. I can. Yay! All's fair in love and crafting. Okay, so let's stick our short piece down first. Oops, stick it down correctly, Jen. Alrighty, wrap. And then since this one goes almost all the way to the end, that's a good ending. Okay, and pinch. And pinch. Okay, now we can stick our lid on our box. Lastly, we've got some stamping, just a tiny bit. I'm using the To and From the Cookie Cutter Christmas set, and I will stamp it in, let's do Wild Wasabi. Want to? I should have had this out, but I didn't. Okay, Wild Wasabi ink, a little bit of a To and From right there. Glorious. Bit of snail here. How about a dimensional? Let's pop it up. Want to? I want to. Okay. Get us a dimensional. Pop her upper. Look how stinking cute that is. I love it. I hope y'all enjoy this. And I hope you are having a mad fabulous day. Give yourself some fruity lip balm, because what girl doesn't like to lick her lips? See you later. Bye.